Versace on my wrist, baby, make a wish. You could sell your Rari, but you can't afford my outfit. Make a wish. Versace.
Dubai, the most well-known city of the United Arab Emirates. Known for so many things, its massive malls are the dreams of every shopping addicted. The nearby desert and the mild Arabian Sea are tempting for many explorers. Its two major airports count to the largest in the world. Dubai is famous for tourism and entertainment. Just look at all those luxury hotels at Palm Jumeirah. But we don't care a lot about luxury and entertainment. This project will focus on its breathtaking architecture. The Burj Khalifa, the tallest man-made structure on this planet. Burj Al Arab, it is said to be the only 7-star hotel in the world. The Museum of Future, with its detailed facade. The Atlantis, a hotel straight out of a fantasy book. And so many more, but also the massive terraforming projects, such as Palm Jumeirah, Palm Jumeirah, and the world. Some time ago, we started rebuilding the city of San Francisco. Today, we'll start with Dubai. We are going to build this emirate block for block on a real scale in Minecraft. Dubai has several centers with a lot of skyscrapers. Downtown Dubai with the Burj Khalifa and the Dubai Mall. Dubai Marina, home to the Cayenne Tower, and so many other skyscrapers. This is my favorite spot to be around Dubai, by the way. Dubai Creek Harbor, the newest neighborhood, and maybe one day home to the Dubai Creek Tower, the next tallest building on earth. Today we won't start with any of these. In this one we'll prepare the world. This means we'll generate it and mark the major points of the main highway corridor. The Sheikh Zayed Road connects most parts of Dubai with each other. But we start by generating the world. Therefore, I'm using the Terrarium mod. It uses satellite data to generate a real-life equivalent of this world. Pretty cool stuff. All we have to do is adjusting some settings before generating the world. Therefore, we hit more world options. We deactivate the generated structures, allow cheats, deactivate bonus chests. But the most important setting is the world type. There we select Earth. And now we can hit customize. Because there are several options we can take. For us, the very first one is the important one. A scenic but not survival friendly representation of the Earth. Yeah, let's take this one. There we can adjust more things. Let's go to the very first one. World scale. We want to have it on a 1:1 scale. That's very important for us. Ecological settings. No. We don't want to have anything generated. Because we want to build, and otherwise we would have to remove those generated stuffs first. Geological settings, no generations please. Structure settings all turned off, very nice. Compatibility settings, no, that's fine. Okay, now let's create the world. Wow, and this it is. It looks ugly. Yeah, so we have a lot of work to do. I mean, the basic outline we have, that you just must ignore those different block patterns because those grass combined with sand, it looks so horrible, especially when you see it everywhere. Next step will be to, get the approximate layout of Dubai. And therefore I'm using the mod Journey Maps. And it has a very important tool integrated. That are those waypoints. Basically what we can do is we can set a waypoint wherever we'd like. Let's set a waypoint right here. Save it. And now when we, there we already see it. And we can type like, I don't know, Burj Khalifa. Select the color, save it, and we have the Burj Khalifa marked to be here, which is very nice. Also we have it in this map, there you see it a bit. Using this we are gonna build the major street of Dubai. How do we know where the streets are? Well, basically therefore we'll use Google Maps. And we see here Dubai. We start at any point of the major street, which will be this one. Let's start over here. And we go to the center, right click, and we have these options. But for us, the only option we need is this one right here. Those are the coordinates of this exact point. Back to Minecraft. And we're gonna go to set a waypoint. And we can simply put those coordinates we've just discovered into the location. Or can we? Well, turns out no. No, we can't. Because those coordinates, the Minecraft coordinates, are not the same as the coordinates of the real world. So we need a go around. Lucky us. Terrarium, the mod we are using to have like this world here, it has a go around integrated. And that's called /GeoTP. And now we can, now we can paste these coordinates. We should get teleported to the precise position. So let's set a waypoint. So we're gonna paste this in here and set like a 1, for example. And let's take a specific color for this road. Let's take this cyan or turquoise. I don't know which color it is precise. Anyhow, we've set this waypoint. Let's switch to the next one, which is, what do we say? Maybe over here, because like it's like a curve. That means we need a lot of waypoints to make it precise. You might ask, like, why are we doing this? Like, what's the reason behind all of this? Basically, we have no clue where those streets belong to, but we are starting by setting those points and then connecting them and build the street on those connections. And depending on where we build those streets, we can build the towers and everything. So now I've set many waypoints. It's approximately 24 kilometers, the distance from the first waypoint to the last. Terrarium did a pretty nice job here, but I think it messed up with the elevations, I guess. Because when we look at Dubai, it's more or less flat, except of course of those skyscrapers and other structures. Like, the elevation, it's between 0 meters above sea up to, like, I think the highest was 3 meters I saw somewhere. And like when you think of one block being 1 meter, that doesn't make sense at all. Well, look at it. Let's pretend this would be level 0, so sea level. Meter 1, second meter, third meter, fourth meter, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. 8 meters? No, that doesn't make sense. And that's just like, there are way taller hills, as you can see over here. Yeah, so I have found a solution. Basically, when we go back to Google Earth, we see that everything is more or less 1 to a maximum of 3 meters above sea level. And especially this main road is, yeah, approximately 1 meter above sea level. So let's check the sea level, which starts at a height of 36. So that means the road is on height 37. This is on height level 36. So we gotta go 1 block higher up, 37. This one is, oh, where is it? That is 41. That's too high. $37. Well, it is on height level 46. Now, for this episode, we won't build the whole Sheikh Zayed Road, but a piece of it. And for this piece, I've chosen the easiest to start with, and this is this long road right here. Let's take these coordinates and go back to Minecraft. And we type /GeoTP, I think it was. Yes. Take these coordinates, paste them, and enter. So we are at this spot. Okay, this is the spot where we start at. We have this first position, and I'm gonna get a second position on this straight line. Let's get this position. Let's also place a block right here. Check the height, it is way too high. So let's dig down. This one it is. So first position, and let's move back to the other one. Second position, and we use the //line command. That is perfect. The thing that isn't perfect though is this hill. And that's continuing. So this hill, yeah, that's a huge mistake. Not from me, but from Terrarium, from this mod. And yeah, here's another beacon. So this hill, we gotta remove it. Which will be, as we have vaulted it, it's gonna be not a problem at all. I'm just confused, like, why is there a hill when in reality there's like flat, everything's flat. Anyhow, let's move it. We need to remove everything being above this height. So starting from height level 38. Okay, so let's go over there. Take a block being 38 blocks from here. 38, that's the position we need. Let's fly all the way to the other side of the hill. and we type slash position 2 and slash set 0 to fill it with air. Okay, here we go. Perfect. It looks very ugly now, but yeah, we are nowhere near finished with this with this whole city. Yeah, so that will change a lot. We need to know what's the width of this. So we go to this spot and to another one. So that's the width. And it seems we have a major problem because... Where's the line? Wait. What did I do wrong? As it seems a lot. Where's the line? Wait. Oh no, it's just stupid. It starts down there. Yeah, basically what we need now is we need a second position for this border and a second position for this one over there. Let's get the coordinates very quick. It doesn't matter where they are as long as these coordinates are on the border. Okay, so I've connected these blocks using Vault Edit. The only problem we have now is all these hills are covering the road. So we need to remove them first before we continue. Yeah, I've done it and it looks like this now. So yeah, we have flattened a part of the road. The next step would be to, go to each side of the road and build all those lanes. Problem thereby is, depending on where at the road you are, there are a different amount of lanes. Sometimes there are more lanes because other roads are leading into this Sheikh Zayed Road. And other times, however, they're leaving, but what we can do is build the lanes which are on this road most of the time and adjust it manually at the specific points. Yeah, I would suggest building 7 lanes per side. That's incredible, 7 lanes per side. But I mean, it's a huge city, so it makes sense somehow. Yeah, 7 lanes per side. Let's build it. So after a little bit of research, I found the width of one single lane. And that's 3 meters. And 1 meter of, those markings between 2 lanes. And I don't like this at all, because basically it looks terrible in my opinion. It looks way too close to each other, and I think the problem I have is that the marking has to be 1 block in width equals 1 meter, because Minecraft doesn't have like half or a third or a quarter block or whatever. So we must use 1 block of 1 meter of markings and 3 meters of normal concrete. So in total 1 lane equals 4 meters, which also is not correct, because actually it should be 3.5 meters with having the markings. When we stack this times 6, 7 lanes in total, we have 27. So we are off at precise 2.5 blocks. Okay, to be honest, I'm not sure if that's a problem. Does this 1 lane, which isn't included in those 7 lanes, we could just decrease the width of this lane so that the whole thing matches with Dubai. Okay, so let's get started. Basically, what we're doing is we build one segment and copy pasting it till we are done with the whole length of this street. Yeah, this is what it looks like in the end. In today's episode, we've generated the world and we started with the Sheikh Zayed Road. By the way, could you do me a favor? Tell me in the comments if you like this type of video where I'm explaining pretty detailed what I'm doing, or do you prefer the old-fashioned time-lapses? The next episode of Dubai will be ready in a few months. Until then, you can check out my other projects, such as rebuilding San Francisco in Minecraft. All left to say is keep building and bye bye.